Hey guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing monthly horoscope readings for December 2019, and this is for Aquarius. That can apply to Aquarius sun, moon, or rising, or if you just felt called to click on this video, then there are probably some messages here for you. But keep in mind that this is a general reading and not everything's going to apply to everybody, so just take what resonates with you and leave the rest here. If it doesn't fit, don't try to make it fit. And if it's not resonating, and it usually does, always check your other signs as well. So if this is your sun sign, check your moon and rising sign videos as well to get a better overall energy idea of what's going on in the month of December, as well as you may fluctuate from which you resonate with. Okay, so Aquarius, let's jump right into it. I'm going to be using the Fairy Tarot for the reading today, and the Archangel Oracle at the end as well. We'll get one of those to top off the reading. Okay, let's jump into it. So Aquarius, your current self-energy. Oh, that's way too many. It was like a huge chunk. One card, please. Aquarius, current self-energy. There we go. Five of Spring. What is the theme of the month in December for Aquarius? Eight of Winter. What is the key goal to accomplish in December for Aquarius? The Moon in reverse. What is the obstacle to overcome for Aquarius in December? It's too many. Just one, please. Oh, it's this one. Ace of Autumn. What is the major accomplishment? Too many. Major accomplishment for Aquarius in the month of December. Queen of Spring. What should be avoided? The Emperor. Okay, and what to embrace? Ace of Autumn. Where to find support? The Star. I knew the Star was going to come out. I saw it in the pre-shuffle. Okay, and the advice and encouragement from Spirit. Balance. Okay, so Aquarius, we have a bit of a rough start of the month of December, as your current self-energy is the Five of Spring. So this is the Five of Wands, and it can indicate conflict with people or situations in your environment, opposing ideas, or any kind of just things not really flowing very smoothly. There may be competition, or you may feel challenged in some way. It says opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, or overly ambitious people. But yeah, I always see the Five of Wands or the Five of Spring as being a card of a little bit of conflict. Like there's definitely not 100% harmony in the environment, otherwise this card wouldn't be coming up. And because it's coming up as your current self-energy, this could be something that you're experiencing right now, or something that's going on within you. You might have you know what, you might have these feelings of being at odds with yourself because it is your current self-energy, and this could be translating into your relationships or conflicts with others around you, because as we vibrate, we attract whatever it is that we're vibrating at. So if you're vibrating conflict or feeling at odds with yourself, then you're going to feel at odds with people around you, and you're going to experience that in your reality. So this is the current self energy starting out the month of December. The theme of the month itself is the Eight of Winter, another challenging energy to work with, because this one is all about self-limitation and self-limiting beliefs. So it says you have what it takes if only you believe in yourself, thinking that you're powerless when you're not, and a lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. So this Eight of Winter is really about self-created limitations. It's the way you're thinking about the situation is what's creating the limitation in the first place. It's not something external to you. It's something that's being created by you, which is indicated by the Five of Wands as well. This is something that starts inside first and then is reflected back to you from the outside. So anything that's going on in your environment or anything that's going on in your life that you feel limited or that you feel some sense of conflict, it does stem from within. And so it's almost like if there is something wrong, it's a good thing. I think of it as a good thing because it's giving you an indication of where you need to find balance within. And without the external conflict, you wouldn't necessarily be inclined to look within and find what's going on. So a lot of the time, the mirror effect is very helpful for us because it acts as like a symptom, such as when there's dis-ease in the body, we will have a physical symptom present itself so that we can get to the root cause and heal it. It's the same thing with our lives. When we experience any symptom of conflict or imbalance or dis-ease in our environment or in our relationships, then it's a clear symptom and indication of an underlying root cause that begins and ends with us, and specifically about how you're thinking. So the Eight of Winter is the Eight of Swords, and swords are all about the mental realm. So this is about your thought patterns, your negative beliefs, or self-limiting thoughts, and those lead to actions. So let's see, the key goal this month is the moon in reverse. So again, the moon has to do with the subconscious mind, fears, thoughts, and programming as to kind of why you believe these things in the first place. And it's all about illusion. It's about these beliefs that become so real to us that we create that in our reality, but it's false. It's an illusion. Anything that is not of love and union and unity is ultimately an illusion. And it's kind of like a holographic experience. We are the creator beings of our reality, and what we believe, what we think, what we put a lot of energy and intention into becomes a simulation that we can experience and interact with at a physical level. It seems very real, but ultimately, underneath it all, it is an illusion that we are creating. It's almost like your mind is a projector, and whatever kind of film you're running in the projector is what you're going to experience in your outside world. So the moon, it says powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear and understanding the truth of a situation. Now, this is the key goal to be accomplished in the month of December, and it is coming up in reverse. So I really see this as an important period of time to go within and look to your subconscious beliefs and motivations. Because when you get down to the nitty-gritty of why you're motivated to think a certain thing or to act a certain way, you will start to be able to pick apart the programming and the false beliefs and the illusion that you've created for yourself, possibly based on core wounds from the past. Perhaps things happened in a very conflicting way in your childhood, and so you believed that you had to respond this way, or that you were limited in some way, and then you reaffirmed that to yourself by creating that mental projection and then continuing to live those same circumstances over and over and over again. And that really just affirms the belief because, well, now you're experiencing it, so it must be true. But that's not the way this reality works. At a quantum level, we, the observer, are influencing the results. And so it's not seeing is believing, it's believing is seeing, quite literally. So the key goal this month is really to dive deep into the subconscious, into your thoughts, which is an area that you may or may not feel 100% comfortable with, but as an air sign, it's very comfortable for you to be in the mental realm. But that being said, the mental realm that Aquarians feel most comfortable within is very logical, very controlled, and very predictable in that sense. It's not necessarily so, we're not necessarily so inclined to dive really deeply into the symbolic or motivating factors when it comes to thoughts. And I'm an Aquarius moon, so this is how my subconscious mind functions. It's funny that we've got the moon in reverse here. So we're not necessarily using our Aquarian skills or talents to our best results at this point. But that being said, there is hope later on in the reading, which we'll get to. But first and foremost, let's talk about the major obstacle in the month of December. We have the Ace of Autumn. So it says a windfall of money, advice or assistance from others, a very successful project, and a happy change in your career. Now, this is coming up in the obstacle to overcome position. So that being said, it may seem like physical circumstances or new beginnings may feel a little bit difficult at this time moving forward. I mean, it's December, it's the holiday season. We're all a little bit stressed out about money and our time. There's a lot going on. You may be having, family reunions or get-togethers and with friends and family and extended or colleagues even, like Christmas parties and things like that. And that can really lead to a lot of conflict here. But again, it's really only a reflection of what's going on within you. If you didn't have that vibration or that frequency within you to begin with, then you wouldn't react to it. So anytime that you're feeling triggered, it's because you hold that vibrational resonance within you. So the Ace of Autumn, this could also be about, it's so money-wise, that's kind of what I was saying, but also about starting something new or a financial investment that you're wanting to make or an opportunity that you're waiting for to come in. Again, it can seem like an obstacle because of the way that you're thinking about it. Perhaps you're thinking about abundance in a way that's not really beneficial to your manifestation abilities, because we all have manifestation abilities. We either use them to attract or we use them to push away. And a lot of the time we unconsciously use them to push away, and then we experience more lack. So whatever we are vibrating at is what we're going to attract. If you believe that you're not worthy if you believe that you're not worthy of abundance in your life or opportunities or new beginnings or wealth coming into you, then you're going to not receive the type of opportunities that you consciously want, because subconsciously you're pushing it away. So these are the kinds of mental barriers that we create without even realizing it. And you might be saying, well, no, because I've been really working really hard on my affirmations and, taking action that's positive and doing all these things. And that's fantastic. And that really does help to move things forward. But if there is still underlying resistance, then it's kind of going to be like a tug of war between the conscious and the unconscious. And you might make a little bit of headway, but it can feel like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So again, the deep subconscious assessment of motivations and intentions and core beliefs that potentially stem from core wounds can really help to assess how you give and receive and how you feel about being worthy of giving and receiving abundance in your life in all forms, and specifically in the form of money in this case as it relates to the obstacle. Now, the major accomplishment here is great because this is the Queen of Spring. It's the Queen of Wands. She's brilliant, loyal, talented, and friendly. And it says believe in yourself. Wonderful people who want to help you maintain a balance between work and home life. So it's interesting that it's the Ace of Autumn said advice or assistance from others, and then the major accomplishment here is the Queen of Spring who wants to help you. So the Queen of Spring, she's the Queen of Wands. She's very passionate. She's a female energy, which is very receptive and open, creative as well. Very, very creative and expressive when it comes to her passions. She can be a leader. She can be very goal oriented, but in a very fluid way, not in a controlling way. So that's what I really see from the Queen of Wands, and that could be an aspect of yourself to call on now, or this could be somebody coming into your environment to give you some kind of advice or encouragement or support. And that may seem like a challenge. Perhaps you are fiercely independent and you don't like receiving help, or you don't feel worthy of receiving assistance. Perhaps this person is coming to support you financially or to invest in you, but you, for some reason, you might have this unworthiness belief that is getting in the way of you accepting it. Or it could be pride. There could be pride there that says, I don't need help from anybody else. I can do this on my own. Again, it's an opportunity from the universe presenting as an actual person, or an opportunity in the form of this kind of energy that it wants to be accepted. It's presenting for you. It's coming through you. You've manifested this. So, that one step forward that you were able to maintain is progress, and this is the result of that. So if you push it away, you're really just taking that one step back again. So it really boils down to, again, the core motivations and the core beliefs around some of the themes that we've talked about. So keep that in mind, but this is an accomplishment. The Queen of Spring is an accomplishment. So when you see this type of person or this opportunity showing up to support your dreams, to support your goals, your passions, or possibly even to invest in you or provide a career opportunity of some sort, or this could be, good luck in something. You might just, take a leadership position, and then all of a sudden everything starts flowing really smoothly. This is the kind of energy to look out for, to be on the lookout for. Keep your eyes peeled. And then when you see it, don't push it away, because you're conscious of it now. Embrace it, stand in it, even if there is a little bit of resistance there. So what to avoid? We have the Emperor. And I always see the Emperor as being about being, he's very, very logical. He's very compartmentalized. And it even says, use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. Now, because this is the positive interpretation of the card, and it is coming up in a slightly negative position in the reading, I do see this as avoiding doing the opposite of this. So avoid having a lack of structure. Avoid using logic, but also don't use too much logic. There needs to be a bit of tempering here. It's balance between hot and cold. This is what we need to work on, as we can see with the 5 of Spring, which is fire, and the 8 of Winter, which is swords, which are air. So balance between these two opposing factors can really, really help. And the Moon, which is water related. So it's, it's kind of a juggling act when it comes to the elements within ourselves and what they symbolize, but we can do it. So, don't allow yourself to be disorganized. So avoid disorganization when it comes to your physical reality. Really take charge, really stand in your power, take back your power, get organized, make sure that all your ducks are in a row, that everything's in line, and that you're thinking and planning around the future, because that's really going to help you to feel secure and grounded, to be able to stand in your power and take up your leadership position, which is what these two cards really indicate. It is about you being a leader in your life, whether that is in a small way or in a big way. It really does boil down to that, the theme of empowerment, though. So empowering yourself is big, big, big this month. So avoid anything, any thoughts, any actions, or any people in your life that are disempowering to you, that take your power, that make you feel weak, that make you feel trapped, that make you feel limited in any way. Because again, this is a reflection of a belief that you hold within yourself somewhere deep, deep down. So what to embrace? Beautiful, beautiful. We have the Ace of Cups. Embrace this new opportunity when it comes to emotional connectivity and love. So the Ace of Cups says, open your heart to love, the beginning of a new intimate relationship or the rebirth of a current one, the awakening of psychic abilities or spiritual epiphanies. Yeah, so you've got two aces here. These are opportunities that come to you from the universe. These are manifestations that you've created. And these are new cycles as well, because aces are ones, and ones always represent something new. So these are cycles that are not founded on any previous cycle. So again, this is brand spanking new. Therefore, you don't want to repeat anything from the past. You've got a fresh, clean slate here as it relates to love and self-love as well, right? Because when you love yourself, you empower yourself, you respect yourself, you do not limit yourself. If in any way you are doing any of those things in the opposite hand, like disempowering yourself, disrespecting yourself and your boundaries and your wants and your needs, limiting yourself in any way, or not accepting what you actually deserve, which is abundance and love, then yeah, again, core belief. There's a core belief that is in lack. And so this is about filling yourself up with self-love first and foremost. And again, whatever you have on the inside, you attract on the outside. So when you have self-love, guess what? You attract really loving and supportive relationships and opportunities and career paths and people and family, even everything. It just gets better. And people who don't vibrate with that will naturally kind of just disappear. It's not that they just disapparate. Harry Potter reference. But they kind of back away and they fade out of your life, and it's not a bad thing. So just allow this natural process to happen, because the Ace of Summer is water, and water flows. So any place that you're experiencing resistance from mental blocks, anything that's blocking the flow of the water needs to be brought to your attention so that you can take care of that. And guess what? Where to find support is the Star. There is hope. There's always hope. And the Star is one of my favorite cards in the deck, if not my favorite card. So it says, look to the future with hope and optimism, the power of faith to move mountains, and happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Yeah, so this is exactly what we want to see. We want to see this progression from challenging times to relief from challenging times, to the Ace of Summer and the Star. These are beautiful, beautiful progressions over the course of the month that will have things really turn around for you. But again, your belief that this can happen is what makes it happen. If you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, then you can't. It's your reality. You are the creator. You are the programmer, the constructor, and the player of this game. So you get to choose what you do with it. You are not a victim to circumstance, and you are not a victim to anybody around you. You always have free will, and you always have your own core intentions to shift your reality. So step back into your power, because it's time to be a leader. It's time to stand in your empowerment and to embrace these new beginnings and these awesome new potentials that are coming to you in the realms of physical abundance and love in December and moving into January. So follow the guiding star. You know what I never ever noticed in this card, and I've had this deck for frickin' ages? This is the Well of Avalon. I never noticed that before. I don't remember what the actual name of it is, but it's a sacred well in Avalon, which I believe is in Glastonbury, which, by the way, is the heart chakra of the earth, because the heart chakra, or the earth has, it's a being, it's a living being, and it has energy centers just like we do. And this is the sacred well where the water, which represents emotions, flow directly from Mother Earth's heart. So I don't know a lot of the old sort of traditional beliefs around this, but for somebody, this is coming forward as a message for you. So if you've been thinking of going to Avalon, or if you've been to Avalon before, or if you've visited the well, this wellspring, then let me know in the comments. Or if this is a specific message for you, let me know in the comments if you feel like it, because this is something very specific I've never realized, and they're drawing my attention to it so that I can share it with you at this time. That's really cool. I love it when that happens. So Yeah, it's about replenishing your heart. It's about opening your heart. Again, it's exactly what the Ace of Summer was saying as well. Open your heart to love. So last card is advice and encouragement. And this is the Temperance card. It's balance, and it's all about tempering. And that's exactly what I was talking about. You know, it takes fire and water to forge a sword, which is exactly what we're seeing here. Fire from spring, water from the moon, hot and cold to temper the steel, to make it strong, to make it durable, to make it last, and to make it sharp so that it can be this mental acuity. It needs to be very sharp so that you can discern what to keep and what to cut out. This is the message here. Now, it does say take everyone's input into consideration. Again, people may be coming giving you very valuable advice or encouragement or support in some way, and it's important to consider what they're saying. Don't always just listen blindly to people. Of course, always trust your intuition. If it resonates with you, if it feels right, that's important first and foremost, because you are the governing power in your life. People can come in and give you guidance that is beneficial, but nobody else ever has the answers. These readings don't have the answers for you. These are not gospel. This is just messages that have chosen to come forward, and if you choose to accept them and they benefit you, then that is beautiful. But it always hinges on you. So take everyone's input into consideration and merge viewpoints to create a better solution. But take your time. There's no need to rush. So balance and temperance is also about patience. The process of forging a really, really efficient, beautiful sword can take a really long time. And it can take a lot of work and a lot of consistency and a lot of persistence. But when it's all said and done and you've worked out the kinks, which is another part of temperance, it's kind of learning from the mistakes as you go along, then you get this beautiful outcome. You have this beautiful result, and you start to feel differently, you start to think differently, and you start to see the changes in your reality. You will start to line up with more things that are in alignment with you. You will have the synchronicities come forward, and you will interpret them accurately for your benefit. So this is really the key here for you guys this month. All right. Well, let's grab one of the Archangel Oracle cards for Aquarius in the month of December. Oh, there she is. Okay, so Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Yeah, so that's really what this star card was talking about too. It's having hope and optimism, keeping the faith within you, because believing is seeing. Remember that. I cannot overstate that. Believing is seeing. It's not the other way around. So victory, when you believe you can, then you can. When you allow yourself to break free from the illusion, you will be able to finally see the truth of the situation or about yourself, and you can then change it. And that is when you will achieve victory. So looks really good, Aquarius. I mean, you know, this is what we want to see. We want to see this progression. It's a little bit challenging in the beginning, but you get there. You get there with support. You get there with self-love. You get there with organization, structure, and balance. That is the key. You got this. Okay, guys? So if you would like a personal reading to delve more in depth into what's going on in your specific situation, or if you're in need of any type of energy healing, I specialize in holographic Usui Reiki with chakra alignment, and I read basically the energy of the body in symbolic terms as well as in physical terms. So if you are in need of any of my services, please look to the description box below this video. There's a drop-down list of all of my services and offerings, as well as how to contact me to book a reading or a session, and how to provide payment. So yeah. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I love you. I hope that you stick around. If you resonated, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos from Tukidia and beyond. I do monthly horoscope readings, as well as collective ascension energy updates and general spiritual chit-chat videos. I love you guys. Thanks so much for being here. Have a great rest of December. Bye.